In this lesson, we're going to create a web banner using a video in Photoshop's timeline feature. So we've got 1000 pixels by 90 here. I'm going to uncheck artboards so that I don't have artboards. I'm only making one document, so I don't need the artboards checked. 1000 by 90, 72 pixels per inch, and we want to hit create. And once we do that, we're going to get our layers palette with a background layer, which is set to black. We've got a video timeline, and if you don't have the video timeline, you can go to Window, Timeline, and it'll place it out here. I'll hide it and just show you how to do it. Window, Timeline. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a video timeline here by just clicking the button. And now we're going to see that layer on the page, on the canvas actually. And nothing's happening, obviously. It's just a black background. But now we're going to add in a video. So we're going to hit File, and we're going to do Place Embedded. And when we go out, I have a folder where I have some videos, and what we're going to do is, these are just stock videos. I'm going to use this giraffe preview. I'm going to place it. And when it comes in, it's going to come in as a box. So you'll see on the timeline here how now if we play, we have to hit enter first. Now if we just move this playback head, you can see the video actually working. Okay, so we can use a video this way where we just block it, and you'll notice the black isn't showing because we have to extend it out through the timeline. So now we see the black in the video, and this is great. So we could have a video working here or anywhere on the timeline, and then we can have other elements come in over it. Now, if we wanted the video to be the entire length of the banner, the entire background, we can simply go to that actual layer and we can hit Command T. And now I'm going to scale this really large, and I'm going to move it over because I ultimately want to have the video playing in the background. I'm obviously not going to get the entire video, but I can get some compelling elements to it, such as the head of the giraffe as it eats. So if I hit return, now let's see what we get. So we start off, and now we get the head of the giraffe, and we get it moving, and so it's kind of interesting. So what we're going to do, and again, the duration is only as long as the video clip. We can't pull this out. So what we're going to do is we're now going to add in the logo on top of the video. So we can have this butt up against the end, and we can do the same thing here. We can bring this in, and now if we play, we see this playing in the movement, and it's going to go at the frame rate of whatever the original video is, and that's fine. So you see it kind of moving and the head kind of moving back and forth. So it's kind of compelling. And now we're going to add in a logo on top of this and the word visit. So let's put the word visit first. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go to the text tool. We're going to click on the horizontal text tool, and we simply are going to click, and it's going to create a new layer. We're going to type the words visit the zoo, and you'll notice we can't see the text because it's behind the video. If I pull it up in front, now we can. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to type in here. I'm going to change the text color to white. I'm going to make the text a little bit larger. And then, as you'll see, click back on the move tool, the text only sits for a couple of seconds. So we're going to extend it out, and now we're going to make it move in. So if you remember in previous lessons, we're going to have this text come in. We can do a couple of things. We can have it transform in and just move. So once I hit this little clock, that means that it's going to transform into here. So you'll notice we have one dot there. We're going to move the playback head to another point, and we're going to add another keyframe. And we do that by simply, we're not going to make it too long because we want this to be relatively quick. We're going to just click the diamond. So now what we have is we have the text here and we have the text here. If we click on either of the keyframes, we can do something. So as you'll notice, we move and now that comes down. You see that? So we can actually extend this more by moving this off the actual screen, and now it can come in. And when we play, now we have the text moving in. You'll notice that the text is moving in very, very slow. And we can do that to kind of match the tempo of the giraffe. Or if we wanted it to go faster, we simply just move the keyframes closer together. So you'll notice that it kind of comes in and it takes a little bit of time. It's kind of at the same tempo as the video, which is kind of fun. But if we wanted it to zap right in, we simply move it over. And now we've just decreased the time. And when we hit play, you'll notice that it'll come in a little bit quicker. Okay, so depending on how much space you have there, that depends on how it's going to come in. So we have the text. Now we need the logo. We're going to go to File. We're going to place Embedded. So we're going to place the Bronx Zoo logo here. And now that's going to come in as a smart object, and you can see the bounding box around it. What I think we'll do is we'll have this come in here, and we will have the text kind of come in down. So the text will come down here. And then if we just leave that, that's going to show, but we want it to move over. So we're going to open up this actual layer. And we had to just move the text in the second keyframe over a little bit, because when the logo comes in, we wouldn't want it to be on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to now take the logo and we're going to hit the transform button. But what we're going to do is we're going to start the logo over here. So we're going to put the logo right here. We're going to leave a little bit showing just so that we can grab it. And we're going to hit the transform button. And then we're going to move the playback head. And we're going to hit the transform button one more time. And when we do that, we're going to drag this over, and it's going to sit right here. So that comes in, and that shoots over. So the first keyframe, before we put it anywhere, we move this all the way over. And then the second keyframe happens when we move the object. So once this comes in, we can actually leave this, extend it so that the whole video plays, And now here's what we have. Then we have the text kind of meandering in. And then the logo comes in, moves across the screen, and sits right there. And stays on the screen for the duration of the rest of it. And then we can obviously put a button or a whole hotspot here so that it becomes linkable in a web browser. So that's how you can add in a logo to this. And to output it, you can output it a few ways. If you just wanted the video, you can go to the drop down and just go to render video. And when you do that, we're going to figure out where we're going to put this video. We're just going to name it. We're going to call it banner video. And create a new subfolder. And now, if we're going to put it on the web, it's H.264. Anything else would be QuickTime. So we'll leave it here, high quality, and we'll hit render. And now that video will be exported. And we'll be able to go into the folder and play the MPEG, or that MPEG will be able to be dropped in to a web page, into a mobile site, any other piece of media. And links could be added after or during this process. So once we've exported that out, we're going to lower this down. So now we navigate out, and here's the file. If we double click on it, we can look at it, and here it is playing. We can see the video in the background, and now the logo shoots across, and that is our web banner with video.